the contestants must answer given n number of questions, and each question has 26 answers, A to Z. Anything can be a answer, but only one of those is correct. Answers are denoted by capital letters, and chef knows all the questions that can be asked, and for each of them the candidate must choose that which are correct or not. For each question we will be given what is the correct answer and what was the answer given by chef. So these are the rules of the game. First of all, the questions are shuffled randomly, and what happens is after that the contestant is asked these questions in a random shuffled order, and at any point in the game, if the answer given by chef doesn't matches the answer that is the correct answer, in that case game ends, and total winnings that we are supposed to tell in this question. These are the rules for that. First of all, say X denote the number of questions answered correctly by the chef. So now depending on this, we are also given a continuous n number of n plus 1, that is including W0 as well. W0 basically means winning if 0 answers are correct. W1 basically means that winning if one answer is correct. W2 as in two answers are correct, and so on. Wn basically means what is the winning if n answers were correct by chef. And here is a twist that in any case, if you go from W2 to W4, there can be a case that winning for question 2 can be more than winning for question 4, and so on. So what the chef wants to find is maximum that he can win from any game. The input format for this question would be that first we will be given t number of test cases, and after that the first line of each test case will have n, the number of questions, and after that we will be given a string of n capital letters. That basically means that what are the correct answers. Suppose if the input is given 5, if n is 5, then A, B, C, D, E basically means A for the first question, B for the second question is the correct answer, and respectively E is the correct answer for the fifth question. Next line will contain similarly n length of string of n length that will have the answers given by chef. If the second n line string has E, B, C, D, A, that basically means that the answer given by chef is E for the first question, B for the second question, and so on. We need to tell that what is the maximum that chef can win. So for example, let's take this input only, 3, 5, A, B, C, D, E, E, B, C, D, A. Okay. So yeah, we take the input. Yeah, so in our case, t equals to 1 number of test case, 5 questions will be given, and the correct answer for those are A, B, C, D, and E. And the answer given by chef is E, B, C, D, and A. And the winning for that question, winning was 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. 0 if 0 answers are correct, 10 if one answer is correct, 20 if two answers are correct, and 50 if all 5 answers are correct. So what do we do next is, so for this question E, now we compare these two. These are wrong. Okay, then moves on. BB, the number of correct question is equals to 1. Okay. CC, this is also same, 1. DD, this is also so, and this is wrong. Okay, so 3 answers are correct. Now chef can win 10, 20, 30. So the maximum that he would win is 30 because 3 answers are correct. Now let's look at another test case, that is chef quiz and 43210. In this question we are getting 4 if 0 questions are correct and 0 if all the questions. So in this case this is wrong, this is also wrong, this is also wrong, this is also wrong. So basically the answer that we will return is 4. 4 is the correct answer. So what we are trying to do in this question is basically we will take all the inputs, and with regard to the winning amount we will store it in a vector. And now we will count by comparing both the strings, these two strings, which is the correct answer and the chef answer, and we will compare them if how many of their indices are correct, because to count we just have to count and their length will be same obviously. So we will keep a count how many of them are correct, and after that two checks that we are supposed to do. First check, if number of questions answered by chef are equal to n being number of questions, then we just have to directly output w of n from the vector, because obviously if there is the length of string is 5 and the answers which are matching after comparing the strings that we get is 5 also, that basically means that the amount won by chef would be n, that is 5. Okay, so after that there is another check, that is if there are 5 questions and chef only answers 2 or 3 questions, then we need to find out what would be the maximum winning of the chef. In that case what we would do is we will take a variable as 0 initially, and what we would do is we would start a loop from 0 to correct count, that is number of answers that are correct. We will start a loop, and from there on what we will do is we will have answer equals to, in every step we will compare that what is the maximum. Is it the amount given in the winning array, or is it the answer amount's current value? After that we print it out. So we move towards coding it now. Yeah, so we will be doing it in CPP. Yeah, so we take in the number of test cases, then we take in the correct answers that we have. We will make two strings, correct answer as well as chef answer, to store the value. Now we create a int vector that will be storing the values of winning amounts for each question. It will be of length n plus 1 because we have to inculcate w0 as well. And after that what we do is for int I equals to 0, I less than equals to n, I plus plus, and we will take in c win amount of I. Okay, yeah, so far so good. Then before we move on towards comparing the string, we keep a value that will store how many answers are correct by the chef. Then we loop. If at any index the character in the correct answer by the chef is equal to the character in the correct array string, then we increase the count of correct count. Once we are done with this, what we do is if correct count double equals to n, basically if chef answers all the questions correctly, in that case what we would do is the nth amount would be won by the chef. And in the scenario that chef doesn't answer all the questions correctly, what we would do is make a variable answer equal to 0, and it will go from we will check basically at every step that if the answer that we are holding in the value right now, is it maximum, or the answer which is correct, that is maximum. Whatever is the maximum value, we take that and we put it inside the answer variable, and then we print it out. Okay, so far so good. Now we can test it out. Yeah, so we tested for one case first. One, number of questions 5, correct answers A, B, C, D, E, chef answers E, B, C, D, A. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 are the winnings, and the output should be 30. Perfect. So now we test it on this. We run all our test cases. This is basically what I took from CodeChef. Okay. Yeah, so all the test cases passed. We are ready to submit this problem. Yeah, so let's try this. We are expecting 34 and 100. Yeah, so that is right. Now we submit the problem. And yeah, perfect. There you see, we have got AC. And that's it. That was Who Dares to Be a Millionaire question from CodeChef.